barley wine.
These are Swedish barley wines, and I am a little bit scared of barley wines, so I brought on Anna, who loves barley wine.
I love barley wine. I do.
Did you know that there is a new beer hashtag for November?
No, I don't. No, I didn't.
It's hashtag BarleyWember.
Oh, really?
Apparently started by the Danish beer community to put the spotlight on barley wine. But we are already in December, and that means we can pair the barley wine with some traditional Swedish treats. Pepparkaka and maybe the most common blue cheese in Sweden, ädelost, noble cheese, and the classic British Stilton. But first we will try them on their own. So which one do you think we should start with?
Well, I'm only familiar with this Bötet, right? Yeah, and Baronen, and I think this is from Kalmar.
Mm-hmm.
My mom lives close by. She lives on
Okay.
Öland, and Ängöl is from a brewery in Kalmar. I was actually there when the brewery started on a really small scale, but now they're everywhere. Yeah, but I don't think I've had the barley wine actually. But I usually I go after the percentage of alcohol. I start with the weakest one.
Okay.
Because that's not like...
Okay.
Oh, that's only 9...
9.5.
I thought it was
Only
stronger.
9.5. That's low.
For me.
Jeez. Okay. This is 10.0. And
14, I think. So
14, yeah.
I kind of wished that Baronen was the strongest one because I wanted to have that. But you haven't had it yet.
No?
That's the one that I gave you.
Mm-hmm.
Ah.
So this one has been in the fridge for maybe 6 months or something. And this one as well.
You are really scared of barley wine.
Yes.
I would never have barley wine in my fridge for 6 months. Like
I
6 minutes maybe.
This one from Kalmar, Ängöl, has been in my fridge for a year. But isn't it, they kind of mellow a little bit after a while?
I think it depends on which beer. Like a Belgian beer, you can store it in the fridge for years and it gets better. But some beers get worse.
Okay.
So I don't know actually. But
We'll
also, I
see
mean,
then.
this is a very powerful taste. I know already.
Mhm.
This one, I know it's like the taste, the flavors are what I think weaker, but this is stronger. So maybe we should just let's not do the alcohol percentage. I don't know. Maybe let's start with this one.
Mm-hmm. One of these I know have bad reviews, and the other, this one I don't know actually, or one of them I don't know. Do you want to do the honors?
Sure.
So you pour it kind of half carefully.
Yeah, I do this with all beers. I don't know why.
Let's just start smelling.
Mm.
It smells really nice. My fear is that it only tastes like overripe plums and booze, not much else.
It's a legit fear, I would say.
Okay.
Can I drink now?
No.
Uh-huh.
You need to describe the smell first.
Mm. Well, I would say it's over-yeast plums.
Yeah. I talked about this before in videos. You know, if you've ever made strawberry jam, you have to boil the strawberries.
I see
first.
what you mean, yeah. Yeah, I can, yeah, sure. But I mean, so far so good. It smells like a barley wine should to me.
It's fruity, but it's almost more like a dry fruitiness.
Exactly.
Do you smell any kind of breadiness? Anything from the malt?
I think when we come to Baronen, it will be more bread. It will be more knäckebröd, as we say in Swedish. But I would say it's more sweeter than other barley wines that I've had. It has similarities with Belgian beer because it's also sweet, but you directly have the heaviness of bread or chocolate or...
That's what I usually miss when I've had barley wine before. You don't really have that caramel or toffee, butterscotch. None of that. It's just overripe fruit, you know. Maybe. We'll see. Should we dig in?
Yeah.
And let's say skål.
Skål. No. There it went directly for me. It's too bitter. It's like when you smell it, I get my hopes up for a little bit more powerful. Like first you have the first taste, the first sensation, and then you want this more heavy, and then it became bitter directly to me.
If you saw my video about Dutch autumn box, Grolsch, or I think it's pronounced Grolsch, made
of course,
an autumn, of course, an autumn bock, and it was a little bit like this, boozy, sweeter than this, light as well. That's the most similar beer I can think of. But no one else has that reference. Unless you live in the Netherlands.
Yeah. Ängöl has a spectacular quadruple. I don't know if they brew it anymore. When it was new, when they only sold in Kalmar, where the brewery is, it was amazing batches. And when I found the quadruple in a bar somewhere, it had lost its magic. Maybe it's the magic in my brain, but you know, it can be that. It's like a batch, another batch. It could be.
Yeah.
It's not bad right now. I'm enjoying the high alcohol level because I'm getting warm and fuzzy inside.
Yeah,
but
it's warming nicely.
Yes, but taste-wise, it's too bitter. It's too lame. It's too lame.
Isn't there two kinds of main barley wine styles? The American style is more bitter.
Oh, it could be.
Or more hoppy maybe. And then the English or British style is usually softer.
It sounds familiar. Yeah, it could be. I've read it somewhere that there's a difference between the American way of brewing. So yeah, you're probably right.
They always hop too much. This is what it looks like close up.
Barley wine.
Oh, I forgot. So this one is number 1.
The side effect of loving barley wine is that you get a little bit tipsy already after 2 sips. I don't mind, but we have
water.
We have water, and we have half an hour more to go.
Okay, number 2.
Now you choose.
You haven't had this one either.
No, I don't think so.
It's very strange. It's from Mariatorgets Mikrobryggeri, which I didn't know existed. But another beer reviewer, Rampant Lion Reviews, is it from Ireland or Scotland? Lived in Sweden for a few years, so he tried a lot of Swedish beers, and he recommended this one. So let's see if he's right.
So this is not one of the bad reviews like beer. Or you're not going to tell me,
busted.
Of course.
Actually, this one was the bad review, I think. I read somewhere. So it's good we started with that. A disappointing opening. Okay, now I will go a little harsher.
It looks cool.
Yeah.
The foam is a little bit brownish.
The actual beer is darker as well.
And the percentage is 14.
Yeah? Do you know what I smell from here?
Me?
You. I get julmust. This is julmust, which you drink for Christmas. And then they make the same beverage for Easter, and then it's called påskmust. And then they started to make the same beverage for midsummer.
Oh, they did?
But I don't think it sold very well. But that was the smell I got from here. But if we really dig in... Oh yeah.
This is something else.
Maybe raisins?
Wow, your nose is great. But yeah, raisins and...
Figs?
I mean, the sweetness from the strawberry is gone. And instead it's like... well, wait a minute. My nose is slower than yours.
I've had more training recently.
But yeah, like figs and plums. But you have this a little bit like what you call it, tar and feeling of roasted things, roasted roasted barley and roasted, but it's more burnt, like more tar, more burnt, more like that kind of. This is what I like. This is the thing.
But it's it's not really. It doesn't have a smoky aroma really.
No.
Like usually when you talk about tar, you have that smoke with it.
The smoke is more like it's like sausages. Smoke is the
a little bit of dark chocolate.
Maybe, or it's dark chocolate that you want to eat when you drink that. Same with Belgian beer. Mm-hmm. After sniffing for a while, you're like,
you think I would like this too? Okay.
Like with sherry, you want a piece of like Spanish cheese or almonds.
Really
it's a little bit of glue. It's when you sniff really hard. It's like, you get chemical.
Okay. Yeah, I know what you mean.
Glue or Tippex.
I know some people. I've never really been able to pinpoint, but I know some people describe one aroma as a nail polish.
Yeah, that's what I mean. After a while, it gets chemical, like maybe not nail polish. Yeah, but that kind of acid thingy.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Tippex or.
Maybe you can get a little bit when you talk about roasted barley. You put the bread in the toaster, dark bread in the toaster,
and you forget it.
A little bit like that. Okay, let's do it.
Woohoo! Skål! Oh yeah. First it's a oh yeah, and then you get the nail polish smashed in your face 1 second afterwards, but I don't mind it.
It doesn't have that bitterness in the same way. It kind of has a boozy push, but it is not bitter.
It's almost a little bit like some stouts. I have a brewery in Gothenburg that I really like, Arbetar Porter from Ocean Brewery. I would say it's the best Swedish porter or stout, and this has the same kind of feeling that when you swallow, it's like, it's like it's a little bit less stout, but then you have the barley wine thingy to it when it's like a little bit more sweet and more roasted. Yeah, that the stout and porter is not. I like this one.
This is the 14% one. That's why it warms so nicely.
Could be, but it's not. Of course, the alcohol brings out the goodies in the brewery, but it's not the alcohol. This is what I mean. Is like the taste is like fulfilling for the body, like wakes up the senses in a way that the number one didn't do.
Yeah, this is what I usually miss in barley wines, that you don't get the figs and the dark roast. Maybe I'm starting to come to my senses.
Well, you have a positive influence from me also. But I would say, because I'm a huge fan of Belgian beer and port and stouter. That's the only thing I drink actually when I'm out. High percentage of alcohol. And I would say that this is, all of the types are ale in one way or another. Yeah. But this is like a flowery version of a strong stout or porter, I would say. Do you like porter and stout?
It's the same thing as with barley wine. I've been a bit scared.
I have to come back for at least 2 more episodes, I hear.
The style, it's not that you always barrel age.
You know more about the techniques than I do.
I do?
I would absolutely think so. You're the one with a YouTube channel. I'm the one just getting drunk at bars, loving the beer.
Or here. Well, it doesn't say, but I know one of the beers they age in barrels and different barrels every year. But this one I don't know, but maybe it always.
But now I'm very curious if these are 2 different like techniques, because it's such a huge difference.
They're really different.
So what did you say the American brewery style was? What was the difference?
I think it's just more hoppy and sharp bitterness. usually.
So this should be...
Maybe
this would be American style.
It could be.
And the other style is what? The European?
The British.
The British.
Mm.
Like in my mind, I want this to be British.
Yeah, it feels like a British. If you compare to Christmas beers from Britain, kind of have a little bit of this.
True.
My new favorite style is Doppelbox, but that's not...
that's just stronger light beer.
Well... But the Doppelbox home country is Germany, not England, I think. But it has something British about it, I think. One last sip, and then let's move on.
Yes, it's cold.
Let's take one sip, actually, from number one.
Oh my
just
lord.
to compare and watch Anna's face.
That's not fair, but okay, let's do it. It's like water. No, not really. I'm exaggerating, but
it's a little bit camouflaged now as well. When you have this
yes.
already in your palate,
it's not fair
it's
to do
kind
it.
of yeah.
It wasn't bad. Maybe this like I got some flavors from this one, like lifting this one.
If you drink some water in between and then try number one, maybe the goodness is gone already.
Yes, it's gone.
It's gone. Okay, for number
flat.
3. Should we save your favorite for last?
This is so serious.
Yes. Okay, so Bötet Barley Wine is from Nynäshamns ångbryggeri.
Wait a minute. It says something about cognac. Is it some special...
It's aged in cognac barrel, I think.
Mm-hmm. So I haven't had that one. I just had the regular one.
This one, I haven't seen anyone else review this. This particular one is from, I don't know, 2022, I guess.
Armagnac.
Armagnac. Worty, barley malt, 4 kinds. Honey. What is that?
You said Marley Wine.
Barley wine? No. Did I? Okay, this is some sort of sugar. And 3 kinds of hops, yeast. Just 2 words in Finnish. So each year they make a different barley wine, or it's aged in a different barrel. So this time it's Armagnac. Armagnac.
But shouldn't we Google it? We cannot, let's say...
Should we?
Yes.
Yes.
So you still haven't Googled
No.
the word?
No. What happened?
Lame foam.
Lame foam. I thought let's taste and smell first, and then we Google what Armagnac is.
Isn't it liqueur, like cognac but not cognac? Okay.
Yeah, maybe.
We'll Google it later.
A bit spicier, maybe?
This was really strange.
It smells like port, doesn't it?
No, it smells like fudge, like candy, like cream and sugar and fudge. I think the English word in Swedish is cola.
Mm-hmm.
Toffee.
Yeah.
Toffee maybe is the right word. Toffee or fudge. Mm-hmm. You have nothing of the tarry, burnt, nothing. This is like, I would assume this tastes like candy, like fudge. I cannot even smell alcohol. And there's some butter in here.
But that's interesting. The first thing I thought of was port, and you didn't get that at all.
What is?
So portvin.
The port wine thingy. Mm-hmm. No, I didn't think of that.
Mm.
Oh, well, maybe they're in the back somewhere.
Yeah, but that fudge is maybe the head on the nail, as we say in Sweden. Let's have a taste.
Yes.
Skål.
I'm so disappointed.
It's sweet and round, very gentle, maybe for a barley wine. You feel the booze, of course, the warmth, but it doesn't have. It's not really in the taste, maybe.
The nail polish comes through much faster on this one than number 1, I would say. First it's bitter and something, I don't know, nothing, and then it's nail polish. Because I had this beer before, not with this Armagnac thing. Maybe in my head I thought this would be better. Or maybe, like, once again, we don't know the brewery style. I would say that number 1, number 3 is more similar to the...
Yeah.
Because it's thin and it's more like fruit bitterness, but there's nothing like this burnt, tarry thing like this one.
Yeah. And it's also a bit paler. Number 1 and 3 are more
very
similar
true.
as well in the color.
But this doesn't even taste barley wine to me. It smelled a little bit like barley wine because of the sweetness, but the taste is like, once again, it's more like a sweet beer, an amber beer, something like that.
Let's look it up then. Armagnac is the oldest brandy and liqueur recorded to be still distilled in the world.
No, it doesn't say about the technique. I'm very interested now, since we have two similar, both like taste and color. Well, if you ask me, the taste and the smell of a barley wine is more like this, number 2, Mariatorgets Mikrobryggeri. Nothing is wrong, it's just a matter of taste, but I would say...
Maybe let's try the first one again then. Gudars Skymning from Ängöl. Let's see if the number 1 or number 3 is better tasting.
Now number 1 has more flavors, I would say.
It's more like it knows what it is. When number 3 is more like, we thought we might do one beer and then it turned out to be something else.
Let's call it barley wine. Nobody knows what it is anyway.
Maybe a little bit mean, but... Okay, let's move on now to maybe the best one. The beers have been out of the fridge for a while, so it's... The more warm they get, the more taste you get, I guess. Baronen from...
Hantverksbryggeriet. In Västerås.
Västerås, no less. Now you open, because I failed both my beers.
Well, I pour my beers the same way.
That's why you succeed, maybe.
I want the crown on all beers. It looks better and everything is better.
Yeah. I maybe pour even more harshly.
But that's when you get the foam usually.
Yeah.
But with the Belgian beer, you pour slowly and then fast in the end. To have but this one is not.
It's darker again.
I'm really not gonna try to, because I already love this beer.
Let's have a sniff.
Be my lover, won't you be my lover, barley wine?
These two, number 2 and 4, are interesting to compare. Number 2 had still more chocolate figs.
Oh, now I've smelled the raisins directly. And this was like salami all of a sudden.
Oh, interesting.
Italian sausage.
Yeah, I know what you mean. There's something synthetic, like is it one of them? Those crayons, whiteboard crayons, maybe.
There we go with the chemicals again. But I haven't smelled that like it was because I smelled that one first. And then this smelled like Italian sausage all of a sudden with garlic.
Yeah.
My nose is back in the game.
I think garlic is an known off flavor. But maybe it's a conscious decision in this one.
Italian sausage?
No, garlic.
Oh, garlic. Italian sausage.
The known off flavor of Italian sausage. And not as much malt aroma either, maybe.
But this is the weakest one. This is 9.5% alcohol.
Yeah.
It's weaker, which was a surprise because in my head it was 11 or 12.
Okay, let's dig in. Skål.
Skål. But this is a good one.
It also is kind with a bitterness, kind of round, and it's kind of sweet, but not in the sugary way.
Also, in all fairness, I think like now we're drinking these all four in a pretty short period. And I'm surprised this my number one on the barley wine scale, and I've had a lot of barley wines. This has been my like number one for all time. And now this all of a sudden stranger from Mariatorgets Mikrobryggeri is like challenging my darling, and I'm not ready for it.
That's what happens when you compare beers. It's really interesting and sometimes devastating.
I mean, this is really good. It's more rounder than number two, but it's in the same world of flavors, and I would say brewery technique. That's why I'm very interested if we have like a British type, number 2 and number 4, and an American on number 1 and number 3. That would be my guess. Could be, yeah. But usually when this Baronen is usually not in the Swedish Systembolaget in their regular, what do you say?
Yeah, in the permanent supply.
Because Baronen is my one like all-time favorite, so I always make an order of 8 bottles, and then I try to store it at home. And it's
then after a month, all gone.
Well, yeah, close to the truth. And it's a religious moment. That's how much I value this beer. So now it's a bit of a harsh moment for me to realize that number 2 it's a runner-up.
I think usually if you visit Sweden and you enter a Systembolaget, the barley wines don't have a permanent shelf, maybe. It's not like you go to the barley wine section.
No.
Usually you have to order these.
It's 1 or 2 maybe, but it's not that popular in Sweden. I don't think it's like the microbrewery IPAs that's been really trendy for a while. And of course, if this is like Belgian beer, it's not for everyone.
It's not for beginners. But maybe if you come from the wine part of beverages.
But the barley one was brewed of beer breweries in I think like around year 1800, because wine was trending. So they were like, we have to find a way to make the wine lovers drink beer. So the barley wine is because they wanted wine lovers, wine drinkers to drink beer instead. Yeah. That's the story behind it. So
to have an exclusive version of beer that it could have the same luxury feeling as
but that's also
wine.
One thing, like wine, knowing about wines has always been a bit like on a finer side, and like beer is just for criminals and regular people. But I would say that this is not the right way to move from wine to beer. I mean, this is hardcore beer. It's like the same percentage as wine, but it's much more harder to it's very like porter or stout. It's a very heavy drink.
I know some go from wine to sour beer and then on to the beer well, because they could have more in common with the grapes of wine.
But I was one of them. When I met my ex who loved Belgian beer, I drank cider and maybe wine. I was not drinking beer at all. So so I went from wine to, and I loved whiskey. I like whiskey. So he was like, if you like whiskey, maybe you like Belgian beer.
Okay.
And I went from that to being a lover of Belgian and Dutch, those brewery, and then porter and stout, and now this.
Okay, and from there to barley wine.
And I'm a person who loves strong energies, and like the perfumes there, where it's also like heavy, and I think it speaks to me, the level of taste and Yeah, sure, the alcohol, but it's like the alcohol makes the taste, and the taste goes. Yeah.
It's also something you can enjoy slowly.
Yeah.
Right.
That's the thing. Yeah.
You could take an hour to drink it to finish a bottle.
I would not drink this together with food. The same thing with Belgian beer is. I mean, sure you can, but it's mostly for socializing or having a piece of chocolate or having some snacks or maybe even for dessert. I would have a barley wine for dessert together with a piece of chocolate.
This is really growing on me. The more you drink, the more...
It's very elegant. This is a punk. This is a punk rocker. And this is more like Vogue. The magazine.
I thought maybe we could pick our favorite before we taste the treats.
This hurts me so much. I might go for number 2. And this is, I'm having a crisis here. Because like a beer lover and a beer knower, like I'm not an expert, but almost. Like, Anna, she knows a lot about beer, and I'm like, yeah, Baronen is the shit. This is the only thing I love. And now number 2 is like, what? So if you like porter and stout, I think number 2 is your thing. If you like cognac, if you like sherry, if you like those kinds of things, I think this would be more it. I miss Gothenburg now. Whee! No, I haven't. Since I'm not in Gothenburg anymore, it's like I miss out on all the
Gothenburg,
good stuff.
The beer capital of Sweden. But when you go back to Baronen, number 4, it is nice with that a little bit sweeter and softer aroma as well.
Yeah, I love this because it's my lover. No, this is my boyfriend, and this is my secret lover.
So if you buy both of them, maybe...
Your life is complete.
Yeah. But maybe this was our favorite. And then as a close second and maybe complimentary...
I love you, baby.
Baronen. Let's eat something.
But I love that you're going from scared to actually tune in on me on the badasses, number 2 and 4. I would think that a scared person that loves double bock and the Czechish and the amber ales, that you would like number 1 and 3. I'm proud of you.
Thank you.
Ooh.
Anna, can you tell us a little bit about the Swedish Pepparkaka?
Oh, well, I can't, but it's gingerbread, and I think it's from Germany originally, and we have just made
like everything else.
I think it's from Germany, but we made it in a more sweeter manner.
Yeah.
But they have gingerbread in the States also, but it's not the same. It's something else, I think.
The name is Pepparkaka, which means pepper cookie.
But it's gingerbread.
Yeah, it hasn't anything to do with pepper. It's ginger and the usual Swedish spices, I think. Cinnamon, a little bit of
ginger,
cardamom.
Oh, maybe cardamom also.
A little bit of cloves. Yeah, it's really tasty, and Swedes like it. And you should try it too if you have the chance. And now we're going to pair it with some blue cheese and some barley wine. And this one is maybe the most common blue cheese in Sweden, from Kvibille, the noble cheese, or the ädelost in Swedish. And then the more exclusive, expensive one, British Stilton cheese, which I think is maybe more mild.
I've just heard of that one. It looks really suspicious because from here it looks moldy.
It
moldy
looks like
and
this
done. Not moldy
inside.
in a good way. It looks moldy like it's old.
It's supposed to be very good. I haven't tasted it either. But have a pepparkaka.
I will. I'm one of those Christmas Nazis that before 1st December I don't eat any Christmas things. I don't decorate my home. 1st December is the rule. 1st December was last Friday. I stayed at home all weekend just eating Christmas things.
That's nice. You have eaten a lot of pepparkaka already.
A lot of these, and also I buy actually a German cookie. I go to Lidl I never shop my groceries there, but I go there every Christmas because they have German Christmas things. There's a fruit cake from Germany. That one and this one. Together with julmust.
Lussebulle? No, not yet.
Yes, everything.
Yes? Okay.
I love it. Okay, which one?
Okay, just gingerbread and beer first, or should we pair it?
No, I think we should do this in levels.
In levels, yes. Let's go in order. So number 1. It didn't do much on its own, at least.
No, nothing for me.
Number 2, our favorite, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's taking over, baby.
Yeah.
Like the gingerbread is gone.
Number 3, Skål.
Skål and Merry Christmas. No, it's not a combination I would like. It's not.
It tasted really boozy now.
Well, this is very tasty. Just so you know, like
it's
this
beautiful.
Yeah. So if the beer is like lame, it becomes too strange.
You usually combine this with glögg. Let me know in the comments if you want a video. Alright, number 4. This was maybe the best pairing with only the gingerbread.
I agree.
But I think it when we dig into the blue cheese now, it's when it gets interesting.
Because the combination of just blue cheese and gingerbread is like from the start a strange combination that you like when you try it you understand why.
Yeah.
On the paper you don't understand why.
It's strange, but it's kind of a classic Swedish combination. I guess for adults at least. It's nothing the children will enjoy, but...
I'm gonna amp it up and say it's a middle class thing.
Oh.
If you're feeling on the finer side, this is what you try. I went politic. But yeah, I agree. We are so on the same level on everything today. I'm amused. Number 4 is the one that goes best together with only the gingerbread.
Should we start with the most Swedish of blue cheeses then?
I'm not sure that I'm going to try the Stilton one yet. So you have to try first, and if you don't die,
Okay.
I will try it.
We have to wait a few hours and see. You can use this blue cheese in cooking. Isn't that kind of a teenage thing when you start to dig into the world of cooking? Oh, the Ädelost or noble cheese. You can use that in sauces and
well, I don't
soups
cook.
maybe.
And I was vegan for 10 years, so I don't know really. But yes, since I don't cook, I am a fan of things that can be used in... You have a party and you have cheese and crackers. And when you have blue cheese the day after, you can use it in the pasta or on the pizza. So yes. Okay, so number 1 and gingerbread and blue cheese.
Blue cheese. I thought, how would you describe the blue cheese without... if anyone haven't...
No, but it's amazing because it's a sweet thing. This is combinations that you don't understand until you eat it. Like, it's very sweet. It's sweet on sweet actually, but of course it's ginger and cinnamon and Christmas thingies. But the blue cheese is so salty and luxurious and fat. So I think, the combination of sweet and fat is always a win. But this is actually one of those things that it's like, this must be disgusting, but when you eat it, you can't stop eating it.
It's as you say, fat and salty, but the aftertaste is a little bit like a sheep is smelling. If you have ever petted a cheese, cheese. Little Stilton.
Okay, sorry.
Let's move on to
professional beer.
We are professionals.
Number 2.
I never got to number 1.
No, but I like it. I think it's a good combination because number 1 and number 3, there are beers that could be, they can have company. Number 2 and number 4 They don't want the company.
I see. I see what you say. The blue cheese is dominating. You don't feel much of the taste of the number one barley wine.
I think the beer gets better with this combination. The beer itself, not so much fun.
Yeah.
Together with the cheese and the gingerbread, it's suddenly the flavors comes out from this lame ass beer.
It adds something, at least the
bitterness, I would say.
Yeah, the bitterness, the booziness. But let's see if number two can maybe compete a little bit better. I thought number one disappeared a little bit.
This is so delicious.
Mm-hmm.
Whew. Okay, number two.
Skål.
Skål. No. Maybe the cheese adds a little bit of sweetness. Maybe. But I get the same feeling of stay the fuck out. I want to be just you and me, baby.
I want to be alone. Or with...
Over you.
Three is a part... three is a... What do you say? Three is a crowd. 3
is a party. No, but it's like the cheese adds something. But in number two, it's all there. You have the sweetness. It competition between both the ginger and the cinnamon and the sweetness from the cookie. But the cheese, I would say, adds something to this one.
Yeah, maybe not as good of a combination as I thought. I think the barley wines so far are better to be enjoyed themselves. And the gingerbread and the cheese also. We still have the Stilton, maybe, to try out as well.
The moldy thing. Number 3.
It added something, but the aftertaste...
Is the nail polish again. For me. To me, it doesn't go together.
Now, these beers have been out of the fridge for a pretty long time now, but some say this is the temperature you should serve them.
It's still good.
But to me, the thing that really pops out from the beers in combination is the booziness. It's like having some sort of vodka drink or something.
You think it should go together because it has the same kind of taste palette.
Mm-hmm. Maybe.
But this wasn't doing it for me at all. Oops.
I think what I've read is the Stilton actually, and the Swedish version, Kvibille, is just my initiative. So maybe when we try the real thing, it's better.
I'm feeling the alcohol level now. My body is like, what are you doing?
This is not good for you. We have number 4.
Fat, sugar, alcohol.
Salt and alcohol.
Yeah. Woohoo! Isn't the Stilton
Number 4.
Oh, sorry. I forgot.
It's okay.
My favorite.
Yeah.
This relationship is going.
You don't want to destroy the...
I'm blocking out that the love of my life is not doing it for me anymore.
It happens in life.
Yeah. Skål.
Skål.
No, it wasn't too bad.
The best one so far, I would say. But I mean, just on its own, this is so good.
Yeah. I think it's because this is so much smoother than number 2. Like number 2 and number 4 is the same kind of brewery, and number 1 and number 3 is the same. So that's why I'm comparing these two. Yeah. Like number 2 is the slap in the face, fuck off, I don't need any more thing like anything else. Number 4 is a little bit more inviting because it's more elegant and more smooth and round in the flavors. So this goes together well because it's more inviting to this, like, let's come together, I would say. Maybe. But this combination, I would say number 1 is my favorite.
Okay.
Because this is, this could be a dessert, but this is also like a combination of something completely different. This is like related to these flavors, and this comes in like something else.
Okay. Yeah, the combination with Baronen was the best for me. Because the first one was more of the nail polish. It was something different, but it didn't add to the experience. Okay, my turn to dig into the Stilton, and then we'll see if I survive.
So what is Stilton? It's like, I've heard of it, but I've never tried it.
I think it's supposed to be the same, kind of like, we are more used to the noble cheese, but yeah, it doesn't have the mold dots, only on the top layer. That's interesting.
It looks like a beauty cream, like
yeah,
something you put on your face. It
smells differently, but not in a suspicious way, right? Okay, I'll be the guinea pig. This was a great combination. It's creamier and fuller, maybe not as salty.
Well, it smells like a lot of cheeses, like old feet. Maybe you eat it like this.
Yeah. Well, I will dig into number 1 at least.
Okay, it tastes good. It tastes good.
Doesn't it? Yeah.
Okay, number 1.
It's a better combination, I think, than the Swedish blue cheese. Because intuitively, my instinct is to go in for another sip and another taste, and that usually means it was a good combination. So number 2.
I like that.
Yeah.
Number 2 with this Stilton cheese. This was doing it for me.
Why is that, I wonder? That I agree, that was a great combination.
I think it's just the flavor of the cheese. Because yes, now when I'm over the moldy part, this cheese is more richer in its flavor than the blue cheese. In ways I don't know, because I don't know the way it's made.
As it should be. The Stilton is quite expensive if you manage to get this one.
It's very interesting, this thing with flavors and what goes together or not. Like, I mean, people are going through education to know these things, but still it's... I don't cook even. To me it's like, whoa, cool thing.
So this brand, it is called Anna's, just like Anna next to me. It might be the most popular brand in Sweden.
Yeah.
And they are good, but I've tried lots of different brands and they kind of taste the same, right? It's not a big difference.
I would say if you get it from fresh from the bakery, that's the huge, like the main difference.
Oh.
The things that you buy in a grocery store, they're pretty much the same.
Okay.
But if you buy them fresh from the bakery, that could be differences.
And you like those better?
Of course.
Of course. Right.
Number
3.
3.
And Stilton. Well, mostly for me, because I'm a bit sensitive about that, it's that boozy aroma again that I find in the combination isn't very pleasant.
It's not a good combination. It doesn't. They don't get along. Number 4. Skål. No. Number 2 is
again,
winning.
Yeah, again, number 2 takes on the...
With the blue cheese, number 4. With the Stilton cheese, number 2. I would say.
Okay. Yeah.
Sorry, no. The blue cheese, for me, it was number 1. You said number 2. But with the Stilton cheese, I would say power meets power. Flavor, Stilton, flavor.
Okay.
It's a good combination.
So all in all, you could say the winner of this evening, surprisingly...
I'm so sorry, Baronen.
She'll come back to you someday. It's the barley wine from Mariatorgets Mikrobryggeri.
Very good.
And also in combination with gingerbread and Stilton cheese.
Okay, so now when we're done, what do you think? Are you still scared of barley wine?
I'm not as scared anymore. My prejudice was that this was watery, boozy, only boiled or overripe plums kind of beer. But this was really pleasant. Thank you.
My work is done here.
On to the next one. Check out more Swedish beer videos in this playlist, and remember, drink responsibly.